Hi everybody, this is Suzie. Everybody in my house is sleeping right now, so I'm going to try to do this video and not get too loud. So if it seems like I'm being a little quiet, that's why. I made a Christmas card tonight that I absolutely love, and I had to share with you guys how to make it. So I literally have a hodgepodge of all different brands of stuff. Anyways, so, and I can't find what I did with the packaging for this when I took it out, but this is a sizzix die. It's a Ellison sizzix die, and it's a snowflake, and this is one of the thick 3D embossing folders. This is so gorgeous, you guys. It is so pretty. So I've used that, and I also used this die, and this, there's the number there on the top, right here, if you guys are interested. So I'm going to be using this die, and I literally, you guys, have tried to prep everything so that the video didn't take a really long time. But if you have any questions that that you feel like I didn't touch on, just ask me anything you want. And I'm also going to be using this 2-piece die. This is one that I bought from China. I have no idea what the name of it is. I've had it for a really long time, but it comes in a 2-piece like this. But any frame set that you have that you love will work perfectly. The card base that I'm making, the size is a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. If that helps with figuring out what size die that you want. And I'm going to be layering these 2 dies on the inside of the card. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of go one thing at a time here. I sprayed this, well, first I have this spray, and it's the new Stampin' Up mica powder type paints, and I have it mixed with some rubbing alcohol so that it dries faster, and I sprayed just the top side of this piece. You can pick up some of the glistening on it. I sprayed the doused it pretty good, really, with that spray, and then I ran it through the 3D embossing folder. And next, this color that I'm using is the new Balmy Blue, and I'm going to do some tone on tone. So I'm going to be using the Balmy Blue ink pad and a sponge. And these come in a circle, and I just cut it into 4 pieces and then staple a little tag there, and then I can write what color ink it is that I used. So anyways, so I'm going to try to be careful to hit the raised areas and not the not raised areas. So I want to ink up my sponge, but I don't want to get it so saturated that that it gets everywhere. Alright, and I'm just literally going to rub. And like I said, I'm just gonna try to hit, and whenever I ink it up, I start at a place that has a lot of dimension, so that in case I got my sponge a little too inked, it's not going to get everywhere. I don't want it to. And if you're worried about it, test it out on your paper first. Make sure it's the right color and the right amount of ink that you want to use. I love the tone-on-tone look, and I just love this embossing folder. This embossing folder is so pretty. And my paper's a little wrinkled from getting it so wet when I ran it through the embossing folder, but once I glue it down, it's gonna be fine. I did find that because I used some double-sided tape runner, and it didn't hold very well, so I ended up taking the card front off and adding glue also. Just gonna see what areas need a little bit, and I'm going to ink this up. Put a little bit more ink on there, and I'm gonna go on the edges. I didn't do this with my first card that I made, and I thought that it would really look sharp, so. My paper keeps sliding all over my desktop. It's kind of a little nuisance. Oh, I think that looks awesome, you guys. Alright, I'm going to set that off to the side, and not put my fingers in the ink would be good. Alright. Make sure my fingers are clean. Last thing I want is to get ink all over everything. I told you guys that this is Balmy Blue, and I have cut this piece out, in Whisper White. The Sparkle Diamond, Stampin' Up! Glitter paper. I cut this piece out using that die I showed you guys. And then the reindeer die, isn't that beautiful, you guys? I cut this out in the shiny black paper that Stampin' Up! Just came out with in the holiday catalog. I'm gonna aim a little bit of light over here. It seems a little dark to me. Okay, hopefully that's gonna be alright. And it is so pretty, and you can see how shiny it is. So I cut that out in that paper, and I have a couple of older Stampin' Up! Punches. I've got the oval scallop punch, and I have the just the plain oval punch, and you can see there's way older ones, but they still work perfectly. And I cut a piece of the Dazzling Diamond, I hope I'm saying that right, you guys, the iridescent glitter paper by Stampin' Up! And then I stamped Wishes for a Beautiful Christmas on some Whisper White, and I cut that out with just the plain punch. And The sentiment that I used is from this stamp set. This is Nature Sings, and it's the stamp here that I used. And it is perfect for that smaller oval. Absolutely couldn't have fit better. Okay, and then I have a piece of the glitter paper, the Stampin' Up! Glitter paper, and this measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, with the exception of about a 1/16 of an inch on both sides, just tiny bit smaller, but barely. I have a top folding card base, and this is the Balmy Blue. And I think that is all the parts and pieces, so let's start assembling this card. Alright. Okay, so I am going to use some fast fuse, and I'm going to also use some glue. Okay, so I'm going to layer this piece here on and just get it as even as you can on all sides. Okay, and grab that blue ink one more time. And grab my, there it is, my sentiment. And I'm just gonna roll the edges in this ink, keeping my fingers hopefully completely in the center and out of the way. Last thing I want now is to get a paint or ink smudge. That would be horrible. Okay, I'm gonna set that there to dry. Yay, I did not mess anything up. Okay, this is gonna go on the inside of your card, so I don't want to put any dimension on this. I just am going to glue it down. I am going to put a little bit of fast fuse on this. Just a couple of swipes. Boy, my paper keeps going all over the place. Okay, so I am going to do some glue on this also. Oh my goodness, you guys. My youngest daughter and I watched a movie tonight with dinner, and the name of it was, I think it was the purpose of a dog's life, something like that. Oh my goodness, I bawled and bawled and bawled on that movie. My daughter just says, "Oh Mom, let's watch this, it's such a good movie." I'm like, okay, well, because she knows that I don't like tearjerkers very often because, well, I bawl like a baby, and anyway, so she didn't tell me, the little stinker, that this movie was a pretty emotional movie, and it did have a good ending, however, but it was pretty sad in quite a few places, so I don't regret watching it though, because it did have a good ending. I hate it when you watch a movie and it's got this horrific ending and just leaves you hanging there. On my first card that I made, I did a much smaller insert on the inside, and I don't like it when your cards are thick on the front and then thin, the back piece is thin. I love a thick, heavyweight card, and that got me digging through my dies trying to find something that would work, and came across this one, and oh my goodness, this die is so pretty. You just can't beat the prices on those on eBay and AliExpress. And I haven't had any problems with any of my dies. They've all been quite nice and worked just fine, as you saw. Okay, so let's get this card getting put together. Okay, so this is my piece that we just glued in, and I cut this so that the card covers most of the card. Okay, so I'm gonna do some tape runner on the back of this and some glue. Alright, bring my card base over, and I'm gonna have a tiny, tiny border. Okay, got that glued on there. Give it a good smush. Okay, so now I'm gonna, oops, got a little bit of glue on that. Okay, I'm just gonna lay this on here just to give me an idea of where it's gonna go. And I'm going to do the sentiment now, and back, and grab my foam squares, which are, where are they? Ah, there they are. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw another one there. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to layer this on here. Oh, that is so pretty, you guys. And then I'm going to put it about right here. And give that a good press. And now I'm going to glue down my reindeer. And I'm just going to use just regular white glue for this. Okay. Let's glue this down. Alright, that looks pretty good. Okay, let's get the inside done. Okay, so now we got this piece all dry and ready to be glued down. And oh, I like that a lot better. That's nice. And I'm just gonna use glue. Okay, hopefully this is all still wet and get dry on me. My card out of the way. Oh my goodness, you guys, I love this card. This is so pretty. And it's got a nice weight on the front and the back. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful, you guys? Oh my goodness, I just love this card. This is my favorite Christmas card this year. Okay, so this is the first one that I did. And as you see, I did the front just exactly the same. But then on the inside, I did a small piece up here. And although it's pretty, I don't know, it's too small. And so that got me thinking. And then also too, I didn't ink the edges of the blue piece, and I did on this one, and I just think it looks a lot better. Up here you can really see the difference, I think. See, this has gotten a nice little dark shadow around. But anyways, I absolutely love this card, you guys. And again, there's the inside. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, goodness, I love it. Well, I hope you guys love it as much as I do. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.